What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about an update coming for Stellar Blade, or something actually coming for Stellar Blade next week. So we got a tweet Friday morning. I kind of missed it in the morning time. I kind of got to it later in the afternoon, but it's a pretty simple enough tweet. Get ready for next week. A beautiful little picture here, and it's from the official Stellar Blade account. And that's it. Literally, get ready for next week. So, all right, the question is, well, actually, there's a few questions, maybe more than people think, right? Because you say, all right, so now you have to decide what is it that's coming, right? What kind of announcement, and we'll speculate in this video. But also, there's been talk about the PlayStation Showcase, and we never got the announcement this week. And I don't think they announce it and do it on the same week. So where my mind is, now I'll probably maybe have already had a video out, or maybe a video will be coming out by the time you guys see this one. I think the announcement for the showcase is this upcoming week, and the showcase itself is after Memorial Day, right? But, okay, well, does that mean that this Stellar Blade update is going to be separate from the PlayStation Showcase, or is it maybe there is a showcase next week? I guess I just wonder if there's almost more hints here than we even perceive, if it's more than just Stellar Blade, right? Maybe if it's more about PlayStation in general. But if we're just speculating for Stellar Blade, it could be anything, but you're actually, I believe, a little limited, right? Because we've already gone over the multitude of, interviews that these people have done, and the next thing coming, I mean, the thing that I think they were very clear about is a Boss Rush DLC. Now, I don't know. I feel like it hasn't been, well, actually, just looking at a calendar, right? It has not been that long since Stellar Blade. When they talk about, something's coming next week, I feel like it's got to be an announcement. I would personally not predict, like, a thing happening where they say, hey, here's, what could be maybe like an exclusive suit or something like that. Something on the smaller end, I feel like you could announce and simultaneously patch in, right, release into the game. But if it's something kind of meatier, like a boss rush mode, which honestly, that's what I'm going for. That's what I think it is. They promised it. It sounds like they kind of knew that they wanted to do that before the game came out, right? Versus, is there going to be DLC? Is there going to be this or that? I feel like a lot of that, they release the game, see what people think about it, and then get to work on it. Therefore, it takes a while to do it. But the boss thing sounds like they were already contemplating it or doing it before the game even launched. So that's one where I could see this upcoming week, them announcing it and saying, hey, here's what it's going to be. Maybe here's a quick little snippet or maybe a picture or something, right? And then they give a release date for it. Again, if it's something on the scale of that, I would imagine it's not the same day where they announce it and it comes out that day. I doubt it if it's like a boss thing. And by the way, again, we've talked about it before a few weeks ago when they talked about it in an interview. I think it's a perfect idea for this game. You got to focus on this game's strengths. And, we've talked about the strengths. I think, like, exploration, suits, you got to have more outfits, I think, as time goes on. If you don't have to. You could just leave the game here. But if the game was successful enough and if they think there's reason to kind of continue it, maybe to even get more sales or to just build more goodwill, outfits are a good one. Exploration would mean maybe, like, a new area or a new part of the map. That would take a lot of work. That's more of, like, a DLC thing, right? And then the combat. The combat is a fundamental part to this game, and I even think to like Kena Bridge of Spirits, which I think Kena did as well. They built in like a timer challenge like mode, and I believe they did that after. And I think that would work really well with Stellar Blade again as a boss rush mode, where maybe it's just okay. Here's this one, then you play the next boss, you see how far you can make it through. I think that is a kind of a no-brainer because the bosses well designed, they look beautiful, they play well. Each of them have their own patterns. And then to do them back to back to back and maybe see how far you get, you're playing off the game's strength. And honestly, it's not like I'm not going to pretend like everything's easy in the gaming industry to make, but I feel like that would be pretty easy, right? Because you're taking the established areas, the established bosses, you're not doing anything. I mean, maybe you could add a boss. That would maybe take extra work, right? You can increase difficulty to like a supreme ultra hard mode or whatever. But generally, you're using things that are already done, right? All of these assets are there, and the boss fights are literally in the game. You're just stitching them together. And I feel like that can be done kind of fast. Hence why, if you announce this, whatever this thing is, this upcoming week, maybe you could get it the week following or, sometime in June maybe, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. So that would be my prediction, but I'll be keeping my eye eyes peeled, and, whenever they announce it or whatever they announce, I'll make sure to cover on the channel, okay? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.